The clock's relentless ticking echoed in my ears that night, each second scraping against my soul like a dull knife. 24 years of marriage lay behind me, yet I paced my own living room like a stranger in my own life. The kitchen counter held a cold, untouched lasagna I'd spent hours preparing, its aroma long faded. The wine glasses sat empty, their stems catching the dim light. My wife, Laura, had said she was meeting friends. But after 2 decades together, I knew her too well, her hesitant smile, the flicker in her gaze. That evening, her eyes lied. She wasn't with friends. She was with someone else. And I decided I wouldn't wait another 24 years to confront the truth burning in my chest. It began subtly, as deceit often does. Small changes I tried to ignore. Laura started guarding her phone, tilting the screen away when I entered the room. She spent longer getting ready, even for mundane errands, choosing dresses she hadn't worn in years. She'd hum at messages she never shared, her laughter a private melody I wasn't privy to. Sometimes, I caught a whiff of aftershave, sharp, unfamiliar, not mine. At first, I chalked it up to insecurity. We'd built a life together, raised 3 kids, survived job losses, mourned my father's passing, celebrated milestones I thought were sacred. Who betrays a partner after so much shared history? But then came the lie that broke me. She claimed it was a book club night, yet she wore a silk blouse, heels clicking with purpose, and a perfume I hadn't smelled since our early days. It wasn't casual. It was deliberate. My gut twisted. I could have shouted, demanded answers, pleaded. But something in me turned to stone. I thought of the years I'd poured into us, nights fixing leaks in our old house, skipping dreams to fund our kids' futures, standing by her through every tear. She didn't deserve another argument. She deserved accountability. So, as she left with a smile not meant for me, I dialed my lawyer. I'd contacted her days earlier, when suspicion became too heavy to carry. "Send the server tonight," I said, my voice steady despite the ache. The hours crawled. I sat in the shadowed living room, staring at our old anniversary photo on the shelf. We were young then, Laura in a simple white dress, me grinning like I'd won the world. Both of us radiant with vows we believed eternal. "What went wrong, Laura?" I murmured to the frame. When did forever become a lie? Every creak of the house, every distant car hum, reminded me she was out there, laughing, maybe touching someone who'd stolen what was mine. At last, tires crunched on the gravel. Laura slipped inside, her cheeks flushed, a trace of wine on her breath. Her eyes sparkled with a joy I hadn't sparked in years. She froze when she saw me, still in my work shirt, fists balled. "Mark, you're up," she said, voice unsteady. "Yeah," I replied, cold. "Waiting." She set her purse down, fumbling. "Look," a knock interrupted. She frowned as I opened the door. A man in a suit stood there, envelope in hand. "Laura Bennett?" he asked. She nodded, confused. He handed her the papers. "You've been served." Her face drained of color as she gripped the envelope, eyes flicking to me. The man left. "Divorce papers," I said, my voice shaking with fury and grief. "I know, Laura." She opened her mouth, then closed it. "Mark, it's not what you think," she whispered. "Not what I think." I snapped, standing. "You spent tonight with another man. After 24 years. Tears welled in her eyes, guilt, fear, I couldn't tell. "I didn't mean for this," she stammered. I felt empty. "You're always working, always gone." I laughed, bitter. "Gone? I worked to keep this roof over us, to give you everything. And you repay me by running to him?" She flinched. "It wasn't planned. It just happened." "That's what every cheater says," I shot back. "You didn't plan it, but you chose it." She sank onto the couch, clutching the papers. "Are you really throwing away our life? Our kids, our memories?" "Don't you dare mention our kids," I cut in. "You broke this family the moment you chose him." Her tears fell, but I felt only numbness. Memories flashed, holding her after her father's funeral, the birth of our daughter when I sobbed harder than she did, the nights we laughed over spilled coffee. All poisoned now. "I'll sleep in the spare room," I said, turning. "Start packing tomorrow." She looked up, desperate. Mark, I love you. I paused at the door, back to her. No, Laura. You love the life I gave you while you chased someone else. That's not love. That's betrayal. I left her crying. The weeks that followed were a haze. Lawyers, tense calls with our kids. Our daughter blamed herself, sobbing. Our sons barely spoke to Laura, their anger silent but sharp. She begged for forgiveness, but each time I pictured her that night, glowing with someone else's touch, my resolve hardened. The divorce finalized in a cold courtroom. Laura sat across from me, eyes red, face hollow. I thought I'd feel something, pity, maybe. Just emptiness. I never thought we'd end like this, she whispered. I met her gaze, the woman I once swore to grow old with. Neither did I said. But you chose this ending. She reached for me, but I stepped back. That was our last moment. Months later, the house feels both empty and lighter. I still pour 2 cups of coffee some mornings, a reflex. Her scent lingers on old sweaters. But the silence no longer chokes me, it's freedom. Betrayal doesn't just break you, it remakes you. It forces you to see who you are without the person you thought was your forever. Laura went on her secret date, and I sent a process server. It was the hardest choice I ever made, but it saved me. It wasn't just about her affair. It was about reclaiming my worth, my peace, and the years I refused to let her take. That, I learned, was worth more than 24 years of deception.